It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I appreciate everyone joining us today. We have a special guest. It's going to be George Roddy, CEO, co-founder of ROSOHOMES. I'll allow this gentleman to introduce himself.
My name is George Roddy. Again, I'm with Roso. I'm glad and appreciative that you guys took the time out to come out here to show off this brand new house that we finished. And so why don't we take a look?
Yeah, absolutely. But before we do that, let's let the people know how many years you have in real estate, why'd you get into this, and how did you end up building homes?
Right. I started buying real estate about 25 years ago. So was buying them, fixing them up, selling, and about 8 years ago, I met a gentleman who is now my partner and was blown away with what he showed me.
Nice.
He showed me that he bought a house, bought a lot, and built it in about 40 days. And at that moment, I stopped all of my real estate flip business and we became a builder. So we started buying land and the rest is history.
Thank you for that. Now I'm sure everyone wants to see the beautiful, magnificent product. So if you can follow us, let's go.
Brandon, welcome.
All right. What do we have here, George?
So we're standing in the entranceway, the foyer. On this plan, it's a 2-story ceiling. One thing about Roso is we like to have our ceilings at least 10 feet tall.
Nice.
All right. This one's a 2-story house. We vaulted the ceiling on this house, but one thing is we like 8-foot interior doors. So one thing that may be a little bit different is some builders go with 6 feet 8. We're 8 feet throughout the interior of the first floor, then 6'8" upstairs.
Nice,
all right. The one thing on the flooring is I'm the type that I feel like it feels bigger if you don't have a lot of different types of floor. When you walk in, it's more monolithic.
Gotcha.
So on pretty much all of our homes, we have almost the entire first floor as either LVT, laminate, real wood, tile, but it's all one just because I feel like it flows better.
For sure, for sure.
So,
and what floor plan is this called?
this is called the Heavenly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What are the characteristics of the Heavenly? Like, how'd you come up with the name? Like, give us some background on that.
You know, I like to ski.
Okay, nice.
So in this subdivision, I looked at ski resorts.
Okay.
So we have the Vale, we have the Breck, we have the Heavenly.
Aspen too. You have the Aspen, right?
We have the Aspen, and then there's one more that I can't think of, but I just said, what the heck? Let's start naming them after ski resorts that I've been to.
Sure.
So
pretty cool.
That was it. Yeah.
All right, perfect. George, where are we right now?
So we're in the kitchen, the casual dining area, and living room.
Okay.
As you can see, it's kind of an open space, open concept. A lot of builders are doing that. We do the same. One of the things that we like to do is we like to give options to our clients on the cabinets. Is it a shaker style? Is it smooth? More modern, more contemporary, or more traditional? So this is what's called a waterfall edge that the clients chose they wanted on their island. So pretty much on all of our homes, we like them to customize it.
Perfect.
I'm the type that would like it, so I want to offer that to our clients.
Great, great. So I guess, how do you choose the type of material from, let's say, whoever your vendors are? Like, how do you select who's good, who's bad, who's great?
I mean, I think it's a trial and error.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, I look at someone's recommendation, right? It's kind of like going to Amazon. You want to focus on the 4 and 5 star,
Correct,
not the 1. So you kind of start with that. You know, we like to use vendors that have 4 or 5 stars from their clients. I talk to previous clients of theirs and I just see how is the process. And then I ask, obviously the vendors have extra supplies, extra materials. I don't want them to pass that off on us.
correct.
I want to give our clients quality options
Okay.
for counters, for flooring. And as a builder, that's my job. My
sure.
job is to always be looking for what's cost effective, but it's a 4 or 5 star product.
Gotcha, gotcha. And something that's really catching my eye right now are these high windows, these,
Sliding doors?
Yeah, sliding doors, high ceilings, windows. Can you talk about more of the design of this?
Yeah, I like light and bright. I love natural light. So I think a lot of people are like that. And we like to offer the 8-foot slider doors. We give them color options.
Okay.
White, black, beige. So you're gonna see that in pretty much all of our homes is a lot of windows.
Great, great, great. And is this your tallest floor plan that y'all have?
Yes, yeah.
Great, great.
Yeah, your clients chose the Heavenly again, and this has the 2-story living room, the 2-story entrance. And then if you look up above me is a game room, which is open to downstairs.
Perfect, perfect.
So great for entertaining.
Perfect. Okay, so let's say if a client contacts me or you, what can they expect during the building process?
All right, first thing is design. Is it a plan that you found on our website? It's a plan that we've already built. It's gonna be relatively easy. We're gonna go through each room and say, what do you wanna tweak? So that could take 2 days, that could take 2 weeks, but it's pretty easy. Next phase is let's get all of our permitting documents like structural engineer, energy reports, and we start grading the lot. We start preparing the lot to build. Then it's pour the foundation. All right, nice. We look at our structural engineer, we base that on the trenches that we do, we pour the foundation, and then it's the building process. I like to tell people that we're prepared to build this home in 100 to 120 days.
Wow.
After we pour, we are prepared. Now, if it rains 60 out of those 120, it's not gonna happen.
For sure, for sure.
But our team, as you've been over here, I think on some Saturdays, we work 6 days a week.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And you mentioned something really unique. You said, is it 120 days, 180 days, is that correct?
100 to 120 days.
Okay, so how
from the point that we pour the foundation.
Okay.
So if it takes us, it's gonna take us at least a month
Yeah.
to get to that point. Does that make sense?
Yes,
From design to submitting all the paperwork to the permitting department of that city. Then we pour, it shouldn't take us more than 120 days.
How does that compare to the rates with the other builders that you're competing with or nationwide?
Yeah, I would say we're much faster.
Good.
And I think that's one aspect about us. A lot of people, as you know, they don't have the money to finance with cash.
Yeah.
They need to borrow money. And some of our clients borrow on the front end, they get what's called a construction loan.
Correct, correct.
Some, like your client, this specific, they put down a deposit and we built it for them. But a lot of times they'll get a construction loan, and I always tell them how long it takes affects your pocketbook.
For sure,
right?
For sure.
Every month it takes the builder to finish, it's gonna cost you more interest. So I'm looking at it from, if roles were reversed, I would love it if it's a quality product that's built in 120 days versus 180, 200 days, which is typical. 180 to 210 days is what we see most builders do.
Gotcha. So exactly what he's saying is that you can get a great product without sacrificing on price and quality if you build with Roso's Home.
So a lot of times we're not making the primary suite 20 by 20.
Okay.
But they're good size, 15, 16 by 15. All of our bedrooms standard come with ceiling fans.
Nice.
Sometimes that's an extra
for sure
for other builders. And then if you pan in to the bathroom, obviously we let the client choose the tile, but the tile is typically picked up from, I usually will tell them, go to Floor and Decor, and I give them a budget.
Yeah.
I want them to, you and I, everyone's individual, so let's let them choose. Let's let them spend 8 hours at Floor and Decor if they want to.
For sure.
I give them certain criteria, making sure if they want it on the walls, that in the shower, that it's wet, that it's wet proof, or it's a tile that can be used in wet areas. But my biggest thing is, at Roso, we didn't want to spend a bunch of money building a design center. If something's already built and they already have it, let's push them that way. And that's one way that we can save some money and put our money in our product, in our team, versus in a showroom. Does that make sense?
No, absolutely, absolutely does.
So again, we like to give them an option of, do you want a jetted tub or do you want a freestanding tub? Right now, the trend is freestanding tubs. We usually have a Roman faucet here with a little niche, or we can have a faucet on the outside that's on one of the sides. Quartz, granite, in all of our counters, right?
Nice.
We don't put any Formica or anything less than that. We let them choose their fixtures. We try to match the mirrors with the fixtures, the trim. Again, floor to ceiling in the showers. We like seamless glass. And then we let them, they chose this fixture. We put the Schluter around. Sometimes we can put in closets or cabinets. If I see where, I love storage, right? I mean, for some reason I fill them all up in my house, but anywhere that we can find storage, we want to give that to the client.
Fair enough, good.
Finally, in the closet, something that's may or may not be a little different, but we like, if there's storage area, let's go all the way to the ceiling with it. So we have 3 clothes rods or hanging rods, and this is kind of our standard at Rosso.
Is this enough storage for you?
It's close.
Nice. All right, perfect. George, where are we standing now?
We're upstairs in the game room. You can see that it overlooks the living room.
Nice.
We've got some direct lighting up here. These clients chose to have them kind of fogged, right? So it gives that indirect lighting, but it was gonna be a picture window anyway, so they chose that. And then we've got 2 bedrooms and a full bath up here. In here, quite a large, when I first saw this, you never know what the floor plan's gonna look like.
Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes, but look, the one thing that I noticed after we tiled it is how deep this was. It's, I think, 5 feet by 5 feet. So again, they selected different tiles. It's not like you have to go with one tile. I want every bathroom to be a destination.
Beautiful.
That's kind of my word is, what are we doing in this destination?
Yes.
So
beautiful.
In here, they selected this carpet. It's a pattern carpet. And we got the ceiling fan, walk-in closets. We do all of our closets kind of the same way you saw in the primary.
How did you come up with this overlooking? What was the mastermind of, hey, we're gonna make this overlook the game room?
I mean, you walk through houses, right? Yeah. I'm like you. You walk through enough houses, you take away certain things that you want to incorporate in your next project. So I saw this at I've seen this over the years, and I'm like, I love that you can be entertaining, and maybe the guys are up here playing pool or, and so I just, hey, what's on TV? You can put the TV there and still just kind of, I kind of envision, families over here or guys are over here and we're watching the football game, but that's kind of the genesis is I saw this, I said, and that's really where we get a lot of, I'll tell you, some of our inspiration is what we see, and some of the inspiration comes from clients.
For sure,
right? They bring these ideas and I'm like, I never thought of that.
For sure.
And so that's one of the things that fires us up as a builder is we learn from them and then we turn it into our own.
So George, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day. I know you have a very busy schedule, lots of houses to build, lots of things to do, but you decided to take the time to spend with us.
Sure.
So thank you so much.
You bet.
If it's one thing that you want to leave the viewers with today, what would that be?
I would say be original. Every day I look at how can we be better? How can we be, original? Bring your ideas, right? You never know. I think as a good builder, it's our job to figure out a look, a design, a feel, but keep it within budget.
Nice.
Right? It's just like anything. We could spend $50,000 on appliances, or we could spend $5,000. But we want the look and feel. And so I would always say, bring your ideas to clients. The more ideas you can give me and our staff and our design team, the better we're gonna be to help you. My job is, let's figure out how to stay on budget. To do the same thing.
For sure.
Because we don't have an open checkbook. So I would say, bring your design ideas. Be original. Let's think outside the box, and it's my job to figure out how do we do this or incorporate some of that stuff into this house.
You heard it here, folks. Are there any other projects you're working on?
We've got a project, we've got 30 acres that we're turning into 14 lots.
Whoa.
Yeah, so they're gonna be a little bit larger lots. Doesn't mean that they're gonna be 5,000 square feet, but some people want a little bit more room in between their neighbors. And so we've got that coming up. It should be ready to start building in about 6 months.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And we'll catch y'all there too, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in on this episode with Cribs with Scribs. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.